tusimame pamoja kulinda uhuru na umoja wetu. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote tuimbe pamoja, kuenzi shikamano hatima yetu. Tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika, chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni, tumaini letu wakati wa mafarakano. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima.
You are watching us live wherever you are. It is Humanist TV Africa, where you always get the best from researchers, from well-informed analysts that give you information about things that you don't normally hear about. Today, it is the Humanist TV Africa, and we are going to be handling Cape Verde, a country in Africa, and our program is Country Profiles. Humanist TV Africa is always out there to give you information, education, and analysis of things, issues, and of course, countries and related themes that you don't normally get on other social media networks. My name is Katum Kasa, and in the studio is Dennis Bongole. This is Humanist TV Africa. I want to encourage you to please subscribe to it. Let's go into it. Today, we talk about one of the smallest countries in the world, about 15 islands. This is called Cape Verde. Some people call it Cape Verde, but they recently changed their name to Cape Verde. And that is Cape Verde for you, a country ruled by the Portuguese. They love those colors, they love those stars. Cape Verde, one of the smallest, very small country in Africa. Yes, it is still in Africa, even when you see it a bit separate right there. The neighbors of Cape Verde, if you can talk about neighbors, you can talk about Mauritania, not very far away. And Cape Verde, here we'll talk about Praia, of course, one of the capital cities right there, one of the big cities is Praia, Cape Verde. And of course, we see Mauritania not very far away, Senegal, the Gambia. These are countries on the coast, but Cape Verde, remember, it's an island composed of 15 of them that make this country just there at the Atlantic Ocean. That is Cape Verde. One of the most beautiful countries. Of course, when you look at it, look at this map here and look at the divisions. Of course, you see Praia, the capital right there. You see San Domingos, you see Asomado, Tarafai, Santiago, Pedra Badejo, and others. Now, these are small islands that make Cape Verde. There are about 15 of them. And of course, we see Praia, the capital right there, Santiago, Mayo, Fago, Bravo. This is formerly a colony of the Portuguese, and of course, have been influenced by Portuguese. There have been a lot of intermarriages. When you go to Cape Verde, you're going to be surprised to find that 70% of these people are basically mulattoes. They are mixed blood mulattoes. Cape Verde, right there, Atlantic Ocean right there. On this is Sao Felipe, Brava, Santiago, Praia, Mayo, Tarapá, and of course Bao Vata, Sao Nictaro, Santa Luzia, Santa Vicente, Santa Anto, and Panta do Sal, Pantom Novo, Mindero, and others. Now, this is Cape Verde for you in a glance, in a brief. That is Cape Verde for you. And of course, as I said, it is off slightly the main grid of Africa, but we're still saying Cape Verde is part of Africa. Cape Verde, Ogabo, Verde, as it is being called today. Today, we see it much more in this map here. We see the North Atlantic Ocean, not very far away. We see the cities right there: Santo Antonio, Mindero, Sao Vicente, Sao Nicole. Of course, we see others like Brava, Fogo, Santiago, Prel, Praia, Mau, Boa Vista, Sal, and others. Of course, I told you that Praia is the capital city. That is Praia. Now, Cape Verde is not known for riches. They don't have so many minerals. In fact, I should tell you, they are more known for their agricultural prowess. They are good at producing bananas. They are good at producing coffee. Yes, they are more known for what comes from the ground. And of course, you see the upper volta, the upper unit, middle unit, and others. Yeah, Cape Verde is more known for the agricultural prowess than actually the minerals. They have very few minerals. They have very few minerals to talk about, but they are more known for what comes from agriculture right there. So we say that Cape Verde is a mixed race, and more of them are mixed people. And of course, we've seen Creole as the language, first language, Portuguese, second language, and of course, English, the third language. Here I'm showing you what are the minerals that can be found in Cape Verde. Not so many, of course. Not so many. I told you that basically it is coffee and bananas that make it to the market. And of course, Cape Verde is also known for having a bit of phosphates. And of course, they have other minerals right there, but they don't fetch that much to the economy of Cape Verde. Cape Verde is much known for the agriculture prowess there, the bananas, and of course, the coffee right there. But the country also has salt. The country has pozorana, a volcanic rock used in the cement production, and the country also has the limestone. Now, I'm showing you these cities, key figures, key highlands, if you may call them that way, that actually make up Cape Verde. In terms of population, let's look at the statistics. Cape Verde has only 593,000 people. Not even 600 people. So Cape Verde has less than 1 million people. And of course, population per kilometer, per square kilometer is on 147 people right there. Life expectancy is a bit high at 69 years. And of course, life expectancy for females is even higher at 78 years. Birth rate is a bit there at 17. And of course, death rate is at 6. Male to female ratio, there are more males and more females at 50, and males at 49%. Population pyramid, that's how it is. And of course, in terms of climate, Cape Verde is a small equatorial, one of those small equatorial countries. And of course, unlike Europe and those countries in US, this country has daylight hours very little. And of course, the temperature is between summer and winter. It's also a bit lower there, and the seasons in daytime temperature ranges between 25 to 30 degrees. It's a bit hot, of course. And in some parts of the country, the temperature rises to 31. Yes, and it can be also cold in some of the months, which is cold, and where it goes to about 19 there. Coldness can also be there at Cape Verde. Yes, it's a beautiful country, beautiful climate right there, and it's a good destination for tourists. Official language is Portuguese, but I told you that actually they speak more of the Creole than Portuguese. But the official language is Portuguese, though they speak Portuguese Creole, and of course they speak a bit of English. Their religion, these guys are basically Christians. Basically Christians, of course, they have other religions right there, but they're basically Christians. Of course, then Also, those people also who believe in native religions right in Cape Verde. Now, in terms uh, uh, of course, I told you they are basically Roman Catholics. They are basically 77% of them are Roman Catholics. Remember, Africa was influenced by more of who colonized you. So the Portuguese took over this country, and of course, they influenced so much. Remember, the Jews have been there for a long time. They have intermarried. I told you that 71% of the people in Cape Verde are Portuguese and Africans. They are mulattoes. They have intermarried. Now, let us look at the economy. The GDP of Cape Verde is only 2.23 billion. Yes, 2.23 billion US dollars. But of course, remember the population is less than a million. So Cape Verde technically is a country in the lower middle income. I should remind you, Uganda is not in the lower middle income. Cape Verde is lower middle income. Of course, you see, the population is a bit small and they are having exports. Yes, exports fetch them about 855 million US dollars, and importation is about 1,000. Is a bit less than actually what they export, which is good for industry, which is good for balance of payments. Tourism receipts, they get much from tourism, about 144 million US dollars from tourism. Their debt is big. Their debt burden is big at 127 million US dollars. There, I mean, a percentage of their debt burden is 127%. This is bad for their GDP. This is really bad for their GDP. And of course, unemployment is at 13%, not good at all. Inflation is high at 7. If you have inflation at 7, that is worrying. And of course, corruption index is also very bad at 21. You can imagine, even with less people, there's corruption in Cape Verde. This is bad. Energy consumption is a bit high because I told you that Cape Verde is a developing country, but regarded to be in the lower middle income by IMF. And of course, the performance there with average annual income of people, which is about 30,950 US dollars. It is a lower middle income economy. It's performing better than so many other countries in Africa. Land use in Cape Verde is only 4% urban and 20% agriculture and 11% forest. They have so many forests because others take it. In terms of road network, the network is good in Cape Verde and covers about 1,750 kilometers. Vehicles that are registered are only 72,000. Yes, airports and others, those facts are given more in other details. Now, the capital of Cape Verde, I told you the capital is Praia. Praia. It has about 159,000 people right there. So majority of the people live in Praia, and of course the other cities are Mindelo, Santa Maria, Cova Ferrava, Santa Cruz, Pedro Bajebo, Sao Felipe, Asonada, Rafa, Porto Novo, Saltuton, Villal, and Picos, and others, of course. There are quite many of the cities right there. And of course, in terms of political indicators, Cape Verde, they've been struggling a bit, but averagely, they are well managed. Averagely, if you compare with other countries, yes, Cape Verde is relatively well managed and a bit stable. Yeah, and good for tourism, I should recommend. Of course, they have agreements with ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African Countries, and of course, others such as African Union, Non-Aligned Movement, Latin Union, UN United Nations, UNESCO, and World Trade Organization. They are well connected as a country. I told you that Cape Verde, yes, have of course beauties. I told you that these are mixed people. They are Portuguese and Africans. They are called mulattoes. You call them Crow. The mixture between Portuguese and Africans or Black Africans. So the result is that they have mulattoes. They have mixed race in Cape Verde. So when you go there, expect to have a mixture of Europeans mixed with Africans. That blood then, the mulattoes. This is what you get in Cape Verde. So you get more of the Creole people. That's how they look like. Yes, very, very beautiful women and men right there. It's a mixture of Europeans and Africans, and their culture is rich. Their culture is rich. It's a mixture of a culture of an African people with Europeans. That is Cape Verde. It's a very beautiful place to be. Very beautiful place to be. I told you that the Miratos, call them the Creole, form 71%. One of the beautiful places there is called Pico do Fogo. Pico do Fogo. One of those beautiful places. You go there and watch. They have beautiful beaches, sand dunes, and all that. Those are beautiful places right there. And of course, I told you that the Portuguese were in Cape Verde in the middle of the 15th century. The Portuguese had been there since the 15th century. You can imagine. And someone has even said historically that Cape Verde was founded in 1462. It was founded in 1462, 30 years before Columbus arrived in America. And that country was once called Ribera Grande. Ribera Grande. The first name was called Ribera Grande. The year was 1462, 30 years before Columbus arrived in America. The Portuguese had arrived in Cape Verde. And of course, the president today is Jose Maria Neves. Jose Maria Neves is the president today of Cape Verde. He has been there since for a 5-year term, since November 2021, for a 5-year term. The first president was a man they called Aristide Maria Pereira. Aristide Maria Pereira was the president there from 1975 to 1991. Today we have Jose Maria Pereira Neves, born 28th March 1960. He's a Cape Verdean politician who is currently the president of Cape Verde, having previously served as the prime minister of Cape Verde from 2001 to 2016. Then he became a president just recently. There, that is Jose Maria Neves, the president of Cape Verde. Very, very good people right there. I told you these are Miratos, these are Creole. It's a mixture of Portuguese blood and African blood. So these are mixed people right there. 71% of them are Miratos. So when you look at them, they are halfway black people, halfway Europeans. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful small country. I would recommend. Very peaceful, very prosperous. It's known for the music and the food and the beaches. It's a beautiful country for anyone that wants to enjoy your life, eat your money, have a good holiday. Cape Verde is the place to go. One of the beautiful places to go. They have the best music you can think about. They have the best food, good cultures, and of course they speak a bit of English, and they speak more Portuguese, and of course they speak Creole, their language. These are many of them Miratos right there, and of course about 21% of them originally African people of sub-Saharan origin, and of course others are Europeans, purely Europeans. So it's a very beautiful country, peaceful, and ranked among the lower income countries. Highly organized is Cape Verde. So if you want to go there, yes, Humans TV Africa recommends Cape Verde. Thank you for watching, and please keep watching Humans TV Africa. Subscribe, and see you in the next show.